Hey, Victor Lane with you right here, and we are at the Chicago Comic-Con Wizard World hanging out. We are, we're wandering around. It's the last day of the show, and we're having a great time. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show so far. I am here with an actress that you would probably know if you're one of the Star Trek fans, and probably if you're, just a fan of a lot of different movies and TV and stuff, because you've done a whole lot of stuff. This is Natali Nogulich, and first off,
greetings everyone. I'm thrilled to be here,
and we're thrilled to have you on the show with us.
Thanks.
You've done so much stuff. Most people that are watching would probably remember you in the Star Trek Next Generation. You did 4 episodes for that, and
yes.
2 episodes of Deep Space Nine.
That's right.
What are your fondest memories of doing that kind of show?
Well, that particular show, Next Generation, was exceptional for the presence of Patrick Stewart. All my scenes were with him and Jonathan Frakes. They were adversarial scenes. There were scenes where I was his superior officer and would give him orders that he would invariably disobey and get himself into trouble. And so we had this wonderful conflict in the scenes, which as an actor is always more fun to play than not. And as soon as they would call cut, we were good pals on the set. And then they'd say, roll it, action, and we were adversaries. And people now come up to me and say, how come you were so hard on Captain Picard? You know, you were really mean, and you're mean. And then they talked to me for a while and realized that I was indeed performing what the demands of the role were. So I liked the writing of the scripts. It was always very intelligent. It often reflected things that were going on in the world at the time. And, acting with the best, like Patrick and Jonathan, was the greatest. I had no idea it would turn into such a popular figure in Star Trek. No idea whatsoever.
And they would bring you over for the crossover for DS9 for another 2 episodes.
Right, and I think I'm the only guest star that actually crossed into another show as the same character.
The same character, right.
And so then I got to yell at Cisco.
Was it difficult to be yourself and then all of a sudden jump into a scene and be terribly rude and mean to people? And I mean, was it a difficult transition for you to do that?
Well, I'm not like the Admiral particularly in life, as I mean, you have to take my word on that, because how would you know? But the way I work as an actor in creating a part is I write what the life of that character might have been, to get her to the place that she is in the scene, which in this case was the superior officer, Admiral of the Federation, and in charge of the way things were going to go. So I use my imagination a lot, and I also do research. I did military research, what were admirals in the military like, and then I used my imagination, imagining what it would be like to be in charge of something that you cared about, and that the Federation, that is, and that you wanted survive against enemies like the Borg. Well, you would have to tell the captain you're going to have to destroy the Borg and not be so humane about it. Well, his point of view was, oh, come on, let me be a human being. And so we had that kind of conflict, and I would say an actor always utilizes some part of themselves in a role, but I am not that character. I lend myself to that character for that period of time. And in terms of answering your question, was it difficult to make the, to be honest, by the time I get onto the set, I have already entered into being the character. So yeah, they'd call cut and we would be pleasant with each other, but I'm still doing my best to think as the Admiral and to think as the character, so that it has a kind of reality to it. And it has to be believable. That's our job as actors, to make it believable and real.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And as you guys can tell, just by the minute or two we've been talking so far, that she is not like the Admiral at all. This is a very, very sweet, nice person. We're glad to have her with us. So I don't want any letters. No, I'm just kidding. How could you interview that person? She was so mean to the captain.
I know, they may ask you that.
But there are a lot of other things that you've done. I mean, many TV shows, many movies, Broadway shows. But you are a Chicagoan.
I am.
You grew up right here with us.
To be, yes. I grew up on Waveland Avenue, about a mile west of Wrigley Field. I love Chicago, and I dream about coming back to live here all the time. The thing that keeps me in Los Angeles, of course, is my work right now. But there is more and more being done here in Chicago, more films being done, more television, and certainly there's always been an enormous amount of strong theater in this city. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if I returned to my native land at a certain moment. But I adore this city. There is nothing like Chicago people. And if you are Chicagoan, you know what I'm talking about. They're warm, they're friendly, they're good, they're kind, they're energetic, they work hard, they're not slack-offs, they're just wonderful people. And I'm really talking about you all.
I was going to say, you don't know me at all. No.
Since I've been away for years. I also lived in New York for a while, and I like New York. I just came from doing a 3-month run of an off-Broadway show called Restoration, and in New York City. I just got finished up with that about a month ago. It was wonderful, and I have to say, I lived in New York for a while in the 80s, and the New York now has become much friendlier.
Oh,
so
really?
I think the New Yorkers got their hearts broken at 9/11 and a lot of other things, and there's a new kind of warmth from them.
Well, that's good to know.
It's changed. They won't match Chicagoans in warmth.
I never come that close.
But no, Midwest is the Midwest.
It's good to see that the improvement is there.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Now, you were also telling me before about your namesake, about your
Yes.
being Serbian and such.
Yes,
so.
my mom was born in Serbia. My dad's parents were from Serbia, but his dad anyway. I have been there many times to visit cousins and aunts and relatives. My mother's sister was named Natalia, and I was named for her, and of course the Serbian spelling has a J in it, and it's not pronounced, but that's the way it is. And my last name, Nogulich, is my family name. I was married for a while, but I kept my name during that time. Because I couldn't think of anything that went with Natalia as well as Nogulich goes.
Sounded good, yeah.
So, and there's a big Serbian community here in Chicago, of course, as well as many other ethnic groups. So I'm quite proud of my heritage, and I spoke it before English, and then I learned English in school, and actually learned 5 other languages while I was studying here and in Europe. So I love languages, and I love exotic.
And you're also, aside from languages and such, you're a woman of many talents, and not just the acting and stuff like that, but you're also a writer.
I am a writer. I've written 3 adaptations of classics for the stage, all of which were produced. I have written a screenplay that I'm working on getting produced, and I've written my first novel called One Woman's War. That is, I'm seeking a publisher for that, and I'm starting my second novel. And I love to write. I've always written as a child, but I've never been as serious about it as the last 10 or 15 years. I started taking it seriously right alongside of my acting. And I find that the work I've done acting actually helped me as a writer. Storytelling. I mean, it's all storytelling, isn't it? I mean, the acting is storytelling.
Absolutely.
And then I also make and sell hats.
I was saying many talents.
I learned to crochet from my mom, and so I was sitting at a convention several years ago, passing the time crocheting, and a fan came up to me and said, "Are those for sale? Is your hat?" I said, "I hadn't thought about it." I was offered some money for it, and so I said, this is a little side thing I could do. So I make hats. I sold, I think, 17 at one convention in New York, because they love to buy hats in New York and Chicago. I've only sold 5 here, and this is one of them. But anyway, I only sell them at conventions. I don't do a online business, but I enjoy it very much.
The interesting thing about the hats that you do crochet is that you put a personal tag inside and sign them.
So if you're a fan, you see there's a tag that says handmade by Natali Nogulich, and then I actually sign it when the person buys it across, so it's personal. And I mean, who knew the Admiral could crochet, right?
Well,
you believe it.
You're stuck in that ready room all by yourself for a long period of time. You don't have fish like Captain Picard, so you have to
have something to do. Maybe I should have taught him to crochet.
There you go.
Gotten him to obey a little more.
Start into something, crack the whip a little bit, and knit 1, purl 2. That's a different thing altogether. And you also were telling me about a brand that you you had coming up.
Oh yes, I'm very excited about this. It's an independent movie called I'll Melt With You. It's being directed by Mark Pellington, the director of Mothman Prophecy and Arlington Road. Wonderful film director. Also Henry Poole is here, and U2 3D he did. Exciting director. And his new movie I'll Melt With You is starring Jeremy Pibbins and Rob Lowe. And my work will be with Rob Lowe, and I'm going back to shoot that at the end of August in Los Angeles.
Nice.
So that's my next gig, immediate gig on the docket. And we'll see after that. There's a lot going on in LA now, and actually a lot going on in Chicago too. So
we'll have to see how
I go where the work is. Yeah.
We see how the LA people and the New York pair up together.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah. Well, no. Like I said, this is my hometown and where my heart is.
People who want to see what you've been up to and things like that can go to a website.
Yes, I have a website, www.natalianogulich.com, and I think you got the spelling of it.
Yes, definitely get the spelling
and,
for you guys.
I keep that up to date on my appearances and conventions and also my upcoming projects. So that's going on, and I keep pretty busy. I'm very grateful for the career that I'm having. It's been a blessing. God's taken good care of me.
But so has Chicago.
And so has Chicago, and I love you, Chicago, and I'll be back. God willing, I'll be back soon. There's another convention in the end of October I may be attending.
Oh, nice, okay.
So we'll see. Maybe we'll get together again on that.
All right, absolutely. Well, guys, I'm Victor, and I'm with Natalia, and gosh, it's just been a great weekend, so we're hoping that you're having a great time watching the show as we did putting it together. And until we meet again,
thank you, Victor.
Thanks for being on the show, and take care.
All the best.
We'll see more of you guys later, and you'll be seeing us. Thank you so much.